Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of the Paper Flaps News Network. This is Season 2, Episode 11. After Episode 12, I'll probably be taking a little bit of a break to work on some other projects, but I am still technically on a push to try to get to 100 subscribers. I'm not saying that something special will happen at 100 subscribers, but something special may happen at 100 subscribers. Feel free to share my channel with all your friends, and without further ado, let's get into the news. And our first story for the night. The election is over. I mean, the Trump campaign still thinks that there's a chance, but technically Joe Biden will be our new president. This has, of course, caused mass hysteria among late-night comedy show writers after they finally realized that they will have to start coming up with their own original ideas. A helicopter carrying a heart for a transplant crashed this week in LA. Firefighters found the heart and handed it to a doctor who immediately tripped and dropped it. After brushing it off, they were able to successfully complete the transplant. The doctor was reported saying that there's no use crying over a broken heart. Some Sikh men in Canada saved two girls from drowning in icy water when they quickly removed their turbans, tied them together, and then used them as a rope to pull the girls to shore. We thought that was pretty sick. Sikh. Whatever. A boy from Texas has won first place in a national mullet championship, and his parents have subsequently lost custody. The CDC has declared that cruise ships will once again be allowed on the open seas, but will not be allowed to have any passengers, causing mass disappointment among the overweight alcoholics and college-age alcoholics demographics. A teen in Taiwan woke up from a 62-day coma after hearing the words chicken fillet, causing family members of coma victims around the world to attempt using the magic word to see if it works for themselves. A Michigan couple with 14 sons has finally had a daughter. Whew, said the mom. The United Arab Emirates have taken a few steps towards modernization by decriminalizing alcohol and, get this, suicide. This frees up its judicial system from having to keep track of all those unpaid fines from people having already committed suicide. Apparently, a group of young men in Africa have burned down the buildings of some local pastors after it was believed that they were the cause of 7 men being quote-unquote unable to find their penises. This is apparently a somewhat common phenomenon where mass hysteria takes hold of a group of people that think that their genitals are shrinking, hence the name penis shrinking panics, or Koro. Speaking of penis shrinking panics, our last story for the night. After the election, 2 groups of people gathered at a polling location where one side shouted, "Count every vote," while the other side shouted, "Stop the vote." The people then realized, much to their embarrassment, that they were all technically Trump supporters. This has been the Paper Flaps News Network. Thank you again for tuning in to tonight's episode. Please remember to like and subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know what you thought. Otherwise, I'll see you next week. Thank you and have a good night.